Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Dis.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. Okay, and we're back. Quick recap. You guys have done a little bit of experimenting out there, gaining a little bit more information about the two quests that you're going to go on. But I don't know that you've formally decided which quest you're doing first today, as the not sun rises and you wake up early.
Oh, well, Nim's just going to tell everyone what quest we're doing first. There's one that has urgency and then one that doesn't, so...
Okay, well, I mean, I imagine you guys all probably come down and have some sort of breakfast, one would imagine. Nobody really drank enough to be drunk or hungover.
As soon as
so I think
Lazarus
we're
would
good.
wake up, he'd probably just immediately stand up and stretch and then just go and, open up the other rooms. It's just like...
I feel like Dis would get up first because he drank twice as much as the rest of us. Because he had his water
Probably
beer.
have to pee really bad.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. So do you wake them up, or do you just go downstairs, grab some breakfast, wait for them?
I run to the bathroom immediately.
Well, of course.
And then on my way back, I wake them up, but it's not nice. I just start hammering the door. Wake up!
There's so many other rooms. You're the worst.
I pay literally no mind to the other rooms.
I do definitely feel like as you're banging on the doors, demanding people wake up, you do have a couple of people further down the hall kind of crack their door and peek out and kind of give you the stink eye.
I'll look, make sure they're not wearing chainmail.
None of them are.
Probably in their pajamas because you just woke them up.
And us.
I ignore them, and I just continue knocking on the doors until
All right.
Until I hear something.
Lazarus is up.
Nim jumps out of bed. It's like, oh boy, let's get to the day so we can get to the books.
Kenna would have gotten up pretty quick and easy.
That seems fair. Okay. So everybody goes down. I imagine
Hold
you're...
on.
Wait.
Somebody help Lazarus out. What's up?
Last night while we were sleeping, I changed out a spell.
Okay, alright. What'd you change out?
Put on my plant growth.
Plant growth, okay.
Yep.
What'd you take away?
Something.
We can come back to that if you need.
I actually don't have enough spells on right now, so it can just go on.
Okay, that sounds fair.
I have a short spell.
That's what you want to hear from your spellcasters.
We were away for a long time.
That's true,
And all my spells got mixed into the other campaigns, so.
That's fair.
Plant growth is on.
So I imagine you would all go down, probably have some sort of breakfast, since you've found out that food will be free.
Yep.
Somebody needs to help Lazarus or it's going to take 10 minutes before he can go downstairs.
I will help
That's true.
Lazarus.
Somebody gear out Lazarus with his armor.
Can two people help Lazarus, or is it only
I feel like with his size.
It's putting on armor. I'm sure two people can find places to be helpful.
I mage hand and try to help.
Why do you always use the mage hand?
Because I'm too short to actually do anything.
He's a fish.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
I said
Help
I
him
would
put his...
help.
That's what I'm saying.
Just both of them.
Kenna can do the heavy lifting, and the mage hand can do up the buttons and stuff.
There you go.
Well,
It does the straps.
When I see everybody
yeah.
go in for this, I just go, all right, I'm going to check and make sure it's safe downstairs, so I'll be back.
Safe from what?
Dangerous individuals.
Alright.
Can never be too safe.
Well, I mean, sure. Yeah. Okay. Dis goes downstairs to take a look. In the meantime, I'm sure the two of you can manage to get Lazarus's armor on in a pretty decent...
I think I would usher Lazarus out into the hallway so there was some space in which to put armor on.
Okay.
Bedrooms are tight.
I think there's more space in the bedroom.
It's a tough call. Lazarus is a big guy.
I can just do this
I
in the hallway.
I think in the hallway he can kind of starfish to a certain degree and
That's what I thought.
definitely
With,
be a little
he could
easier
keep
to
his,
access.
Tail in his bedroom.
He's not
with
really a
his
starfish.
arms.
He's a hexagon. He's got a tail.
That's true. But I mean, the tail just kind of goes out the back.
Yeah, but
Nobody needs to know.
Now, from the guy accused of not caring about other rooms, how loud would you say this is if it's out in the hall?
So now Dis is getting saucy about how much noise everybody else is making. That is a
not
good
metal
question.
armor.
Are you guys trying to be
It's not
quiet?
metal.
Oh,
Good point.
absolutely.
It's
Since
not metal.
somebody
Yeah.
already,
Excuse me, it's not metal armor. It's not
Somebody
metal.
woke everyone up already,
That's
but
an
yeah, I would be
interesting story
quiet
quip.
because I'm a respectful person.
Yes, that is an important story quip. That Lazarus's armor is not made of metal.
It's made of an ant queen carapace.
That's right. And at some point, we will release a story about exactly how that happened.
We killed an ant.
I suppose it is kind of a quick story, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
killed an
we
ant.
killed an ant.
We pulled it apart. We built an armor out of it.
Well, you know,
There's the
that is
story.
the gist of it.
Bam.
Okay, so in the meantime, so they're being fairly quiet. You've gone down to take a look at things. The tavern is fairly quiet this early in the morning. You guys definitely did try to rise as early as you could manage. That being said, it's probably about 6.
I scouted out, as long as I see there's no dangerous individuals there wearing chainmail.
Every time you see a man with chainmail, are you gonna get like PTSD and just like freak out?
I'm gonna make sure it's not the same guy. I remember vaguely what he looks like. If I see that look again,
I was waiting for that because I'm like, there's no way Dis remembers what he looks like. It's just
I am
no chance.
You don't have the... What was that? There's the feat that gives you photographic memory.
Alert or no?
Keen
Mind.
mind.
All right, you guys have gotten Lazarus's armor on. He's doing good. You salter your way downstairs. Lil makes you up some breakfast. I suppose it's probably a good time for you to discuss what exactly the plan of attack is for today.
So the farmer kind of needs his fertilizer like ASAP. So I think we go head out like now, as soon as we're done eating, and we just hit up the farm, get to the other farm, and procure some fertilizer. We can leave
Well,
Kenna at the farm to do her plant growth while we solve the rest of the problem.
no. Is
Thanks
any
for speaking.
now is anybody at all worried about the wobbly feeling that you get going close to these ruins?
Perhaps
I think we'll deal with it when we figure it out.
Lazarus will certainly be doing his own thing upon arrival.
Ping ping. What if? Well, never mind.
It's
bad
our
idea.
intention then to go as 4 and solve them in turn.
That's what I was wondering. Like, how dangerous are we feeling this?
Well, that's what I was also thinking because I'm just gonna sit in the field all day and just
Which
with
means
plants.
that either, if you're sitting with the plants, that means either 3 of us go to do a quest, or 1 of us goes to do one quest and 2 of us go to do a different quest.
I think it'll take one person to talk to the farmer. But
He
then
is 3 hours north of the other farm, so what if there's something in between?
And as Kenna's services were they offered immediately?
I just said, it was a possibility. We didn't really negotiate past that. I think it would just be appreciated. I told him we could give him a freebie, and then if he wanted more for the magic fertilizer, we could
So
discuss
then there
prices.
is
then.
so you
no
offered my
immediate need.
services without any pay?
Yeah, this is the farming community. Think about the profit potential.
Exactly.
I'll answer.
You can dole out
Regardless,
how many plant grows a day? Like 2?
1.
Well, it takes 8 hours, but yeah, I guess you can't really cast for. You can't cast for 16 hours a day. Isn't it?
Only takes 8 hours. Yeah, 8 hours.
But if we had a magic slave. Profit margins.
Anyways,
as Lazarus was trying to say, this means Kenna does not need to go there immediately.
it's true.
Okay, well, I guess 2 of us could go deal with the farmer situation,
The poop.
the poop, and the other 2 of us could go scope out the ruins and go from there.
Lazarus will most likely be needed for the ruins.
Also, like,
Well,
no offense, Nim, you're kind of useless at the ruins.
am I?
Depends if there is
Depends
more
in the
to.
sense. It's true.
There could be a superstition as well.
They could be some sort of magical ruin, since we're in a magical pocket dimension.
Maybe we should all just go check out the ruins.
Yeah, I kind of have a bad feeling about the ruins, especially after talking to that farmer about the wobbly feeling, so...
Lazarus is getting some particular flashbacks.
What's,
Drunken
how far
Nats?
were these ruins again?
3 hours?
Okay, so why don't we just stick together?
Lazarus believes 2 hours each way.
Right. It was something like that.
Okay, so why don't we just stick together, do the poop quest first, just in case something happens, and then we go check out the ruins.
Okay, what if we go, and if we're just doing the poop quest, no one's going to the ruins. What if I just go and do the whole I'm a druid thing, and you guys go secure the poop thing?
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, we really only need Dis to secure the poop deal, because he's very persuasive, so...
I think it's also good to have some Lazarus there. He's quite...
Oh, Lazarus is pretty persuasive, too, yeah.
When Lazarus feels like it.
Well, Lazarus, today's the day.
So what is the whole story, then?
We have to get some poop.
Fertilizer, then.
Yep.
So...
The poop's dried up. It's dead.
I assume we're done eating by this point.
Most likely.
Now we're talking about
Is it light outside?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, I think we set off for the farm.
And we have a maximum of 50 silver. So we can't bargain any higher than that.
Did you ask anyone else what a common rate might be?
No.
Well, we're just gonna
I
start.
wish people could see the look on Brennan's
Yeah.
face when he
I caught
asked
it a
that.
little bit.
Brennan gets this look on his face of, like, the most mischievous, like...
It's a cross between, like, oh, you're right, I didn't ask that, and a look of, like, maybe I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
As he's sitting there stroking his beard.
We just barter, you know.
This one was by accident, Barter.
Yeah, we just barter. You just
So what do
we
we
start low, and then they're like, "No, we need more money."
So-
Well, that was
okay.
kind of the plan, but we could, like... I mean... act like we're still from Squid.
Before y'all go and get your poop, can you take me to the farm so I can meet the farmer so he doesn't just see a random person sitting in his field just,
Lazarus
like,
has
praying
had
over
an
the...
idea.
What's your idea?
Kenna's services may do better in bartering for the price than offered to the farmer.
Well...
If we offer to, if they have crops, we can enhance them for a year in exchange for lowering the price.
But they'll probably want to see an example of the crops. So if I went and I...
But don't you have that? Can't you do the druid crafty thing where you just make seeds open and blossom and stuff?
You could also cast the instant version.
They know.
Whoa there, Paladin. Don't you try to sneak that by me.
Well, I mean, we could try. Just don't know how it'll work on this.
And like
Plain.
I said, if he holds goats, he may not have farmable land.
Sure.
Yeah, he probably buys his feed.
What if he pays us for the opportunity to have his stuff grown?
Okay, I think we're going a little too far ahead.
I think we just start on the road. We can discuss this stuff on the way. It's an hour to get to the farm.
Profit
That is true.
Yes.
All right, so the party begins moving forward, all the while discussing their secret plans for how the quest will work.
AKA, they don't know.
AKA, they need a moment or two to decide. As you walk, you notice, as has been previously described, you walk by several farms that are kind of strewn about in various directions off the main road.
We walk outside, Lazarus probably would have a thought that perhaps we should mention to Father Maxi that we're tending to something else first.
It's a really good idea. Shall we check the watering hole?
Might as well. Lazarus will check the site.
Alrighty.
I'm assuming he wasn't in the tavern when we had breakfast.
He was not. However, as you turn back around and kind of start walking back towards the town, you do notice him kind of wandering around the area where he's kind of drawn up his floor plan for the church. He seems to be kind of muttering to himself and planning various things out. So he's fairly easy to pick out from a distance.
Well, I'll just strut up to him.
Okay. So you kind of approach. He's like, "Ah, my big lizard friend." He gives you a big hug.
Lazarus still gives him a big hug. He's down for that. Nah, Father Maxi, we came
Yes,
to
my
quickly tell you. How long? A couple of days, we think.
We could be done by today. Shouldn't take too long.
1 or 2 days, while we tend to something quickly, and then all 4 shall return here and investigate these ruins. We've heard some unsightly rumors that we should not investigate without all parties involved.
I understand, my child. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and you are busy people. Fear not. Your need to do something else before joining my business does not harm me.
We are gracious for your patience.
And I you.
I want insight on business.
Okay.
Sounds weird. Oh boy. I believe that's a 12.
Seems genuine enough.
Seems genuine.
Just says it.
Thank you.
Just says it.
Says it out loud. Seems genuine. Thank you, child.
You seem like a trustworthy guy.
I try.
Nim is just like jaw on the floor, just like staring at Dis, like, what the hell did you just say?
On the plus side, Father Maxie does not seem perturbed in any way.
He's probably just got a cheeky smile.
However, I suspect the rest of the party, perhaps blushing profusely, proceeds to make their way towards the farm now.
Well, here's the thing. Would I have seen them go? Because I said I was going to the watering hole.
Yes, so you probably missed that interaction.
Yeah, so I'm not there.
But it's a small town. As they begin walking out, you would easily see them.
Okay.
Probably just.
Were you guys gonna come get me? Just leaving without me? What? Like, did you find Father Maxie?
Yeah, we just talked to him.
Okay. And was he okay that we're gonna?
He seems amicable to it.
Alrighty.
Okay. The party makes their way towards the farm. How much time do we think they need to discuss what they plan on doing when they get there?
So,
Too long?
I mean, you have an hour of in-game time. I'm just curious how much time you need here at the table to decide
Let's go.
what the plan is.
Let's hear what they need to say. Like how much they're gonna say. We can try to barter. Yes, we can use me as a bartering tool, but we gotta let them know that it's only for 1 year.
Okay, so what? It's like 6:30 right now.
Yeah, more or less.
Lazarus would probably ask us while we're going at some point that, did we ask how much they need to provide, on what basis, at what delivery? Like, any scheduling?
I believe you were given at least the indication that delivery was preferred.
Right, delivery is preferred, but not what
How
quantity
often?
and how often.
Yeah, the 50 silver a month thing just kind of seemed to have been thrown out by the farmer like it was a standard unit of measurement of some kind.
All right, well, yes, we missed some information on our side too, so.
Wow, commendable to Nim for admitting.
we're bargaining blind. It's there'll be no problem.
Bargaining blind.
Okay, so we need
He
to
was
go back to the farm.
Well, you're already on your way
We
there.
have to
No.
go to the farm because it's a landmark to get to the other farm.
Yeah, the
Oh,
road
okay,
the road
okay.
does take you through the farm, so you actually don't lose any time from
I wouldn't
there,
have known
miss.
that.
No,
No,
that's fine.
certainly not.
So, alrighty.
Okay. So, in what seems like not very much time at all, you find yourself once again at Peter's farm.
So look around for Peter Harvester.
Sorry, go ahead.
Kenna would look around for animals at
Okay.
the farm.
Sure. Give me a survival check, and in the meantime, Dis, you don't really have to check very hard. He's pretty easily visible. He's actually kind of close to the road, just tending to one of the fields that's kind of more or less right on the road.
I point him out for the two newcomers. There he is. That's Peter Harvester.
In the meantime, Kenna, what did you roll?
13.
You take a quick look around, but probably because Peter's been up this early and, he's kind of been moving around, there's no animal life really close. He's kind of driven them away with his morning activities.
So there's no farm animals?
No,
Just wheat?
he just has his corn.
Okay.
He's a man about one thing.
Corn.
That's corn. Okay, so you see Peter. What would you like to do?
I approach.
Okay.
Nim's just gonna then.
I go with him. I'm
I'll
watching for
also
him.
follow.
I'm not like booking it. I slowly, casually approach the farmer.
Super casual?
So
No,
just
just
chill on the
normal
road to not just randomly intimidate a farmer.
I mean, like,
This does
he's,
not
as I
warrant
said, he's
super
pretty close to
casual.
the road.
I think
anyway.
they just- a normal casual.
where I am.
Yeah, that sounds fine. So the three of you then approach Peter.
Normal.
Normally, yeah.
Normal casually,
Not
not
super?
super casually.
Not
Okay.
super casual.
Well,
One
as
day
you approach,
we'll show a video of super casual so everyone understands.
well, then, as you're approaching him, regular casual like, he sees you well enough. I mean, the road is mostly dirt and that sort of thing, so you know it's kind of there's significant sound when you move on it, and you just kind of, oh well, howdy! It looks like you brought a real pretty young lady with you.
So, if I was to tell you, this pretty young lady is our druid, would you be willing to pay her for her druidic services?
Among other things.
I mean, that's between you two.
He sees Kenny just kind of like, nah, I don't mean to, say nothing out of turn. I'm just a lonely old man out here.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Understandable?
He just kind of stares. He said, so what brought y'all back?
Well, they forgot to ask you some things yesterday.
Now, we don't want to put any blame on anybody, but I think everybody forgot something yesterday.
I think I remember covering most everything.
How much manure do you need?
About 4 silver worth.
4 silver?
No, 4D.
Okay, but how much is that in quantity?
Oh, I see what you're... Sorry. You see, normally when I'm doing this sort of thing, it's kind of it's a bulk deal, you understand.
Okay, yeah. We're not from around these parts, so we need a little bit more than just 40 silver worth, because, I mean, somebody could say 40 silver worth and it could be like 1 wheelbarrow of manure. Who knows?
Right, you're right. I mean, I know Gorbeck. Now, he knows how much I be needing. I've come to him asking before. But I suppose he might try to kind of play around with you lot. So you just tell him I need enough to cover all 4 fields.
All 4 fields.
That should
That's
cover
easy
it.
enough.
And certainly if you could get it for 40, that'd be great. But, I mean, 50 is my max.
Oh, well, we'll try to get the best deal we possibly can for you.
Well, if you'll forgive me for taking out a turn, you wiggle that little thing a little, he'll probably give you 4 for a lot less than that.
Bargaining chip.
Why do I always get used as a bargaining chip?
I'm not the one that rolled 20 out of 20 on
This is true.
attractiveness.
Only girl in the party.
And
We
she's
apologize.
super incredibly hot.
We apologize to anybody at home that may be offended.
Yeah. I think we've already mentioned that we rolled for attractiveness.
Yes, we have.
What's Farmer Pete, whatever his name is?
Peter Harvester.
Peter
Well,
Harvester.
he's not a bad-looking man.
Have you rolled? I need to know how attractive he is.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, he's a solid 17.
Oh.
I mean, he's a farming boy. He's got big farming arms.
He's playing.
Got
How
a
old
nice
is he?
Body. Probably he's got to be in his mid-20s.
Alrighty then.
Looks like a young Matthew McConaughey to her.
Precisely. No, Jack Shepherd.
Okay, Dash.
Does have the voice.
Huh?
You do have the southern voice.
I know. I mean, that southern charm just, does something for me.
Why do I always get used as the bargaining chip? Now, how attractive did you say he was?
Well, if I'm going to be pawned off for sex, let me know if he's attractive or not. Is she going to enjoy it? Does she have to pretend she's enjoying it? Where's the line
Depends on
here?
the money they spent.
Double Doubles and Dragons does not imply that only beautiful people get to have love. Just wanted to throw that out there. Not our intention at all. Please
I
don't
just
be
have
angry.
like 1,000 things run through my head that I should and shouldn't say, so I'm just not
I
going to
kind
say
of want you
anything.
to say them.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that everything people need to talk to Peter about?
Well, I think that's probably good. Are we going to leave Kenna here? And the 3 of us are going to go to Gorbeck? Or were you using her as a
He's
bargaining
using
chip?
me as bait. I just have
Well,
to
I mean,
wiggle my
even-
little thing.
Okay. Even if it takes all day, we can allocate your skills another day, right? It's a pretty straight shot to the farm, so.
Okay.
Well, Peter, we'll see you again real soon.
Well, all right. I sure am looking forward to it.
I'm sure you are.
Okay. Off to Gorbik.
So what is our plan of attack then?
I think I should do the talking
It seems that would be
and
the
the
best.
walking.
And the walk-in.
That's
funny.
Kenna's cast Enhanceability before, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have it equipped?
I believe I do. Maybe. Possibly.
Are you attempting to ask me if enhanceability can be used to enhance one's walk?
No.
I do not have it equipped right now.
You can use it on Charisma.
Yeah, you can charisma yourself to
I have advantage on all Charisma rolls.
Which is basically the same thing I just said.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Everybody nods.
Sorry, guys.
Second level.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I could give you some good berries. We could be super sneaky. I could cure your
You
wounds.
can guidance yourself.
I can't. That was my cleric. I could make some animals.
I believe that was already discussed as an
Okay,
option, but
I
the
don't
general
think-
consensus is that Fey poo would disappear.
I also
Sure.
don't think we should just bring in Fey goats, sell them to goats that would disappear
gosh,
at some
no.
point, and then take off.
No.
It's probably not a great plan.
Wait, not, dude.
Although, on the topic of summoning animals, maybe we want to summon something to expedite the travel to Gorbex?
How
'Cause it's
far?
supposed to be 3 hours.
Or someone remembers they have their own pocket
that.
dimension. And their own hand.
Right? Have you forgotten about your bird? Burr.
He's not comfortable down here. He's
Has it been
surrounded.
What was your rules?
I thought it was only like 3 days
For
for Bird to travel back to the island.
yeah, he hasn't come back to you yet, so you can't have been out that long.
Yeah, so I don't think it's actually. I don't think I can be sure it's been long enough yet, so that's why I haven't called Bird back.
Fair enough. Plus, it's not like Bird can get you all there. Right?
Can I get 4 animals, please?
What sort of animal? What challenge rating we after here?
Quarter? Or half, sorry. Half challenge rating.
Half change.
Half challenge.
Okay.
And I
Think we can
want a
work with
fast
something.
animal big enough to carry a dragonborn.
Okay. I mean, that definitely,
Yeah.
sets us up for some... You gotta be a little bit more specific, definitely, but let's see what we can get you here. I think, honestly, giant goat might probably be...
The most appropriate.
The most appropriate, or at least the most likely to be able to lift a dragonborn big lizard.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so, go... How are you gonna cast your... We gotta get back in the... Now that we're in the main campaign again, get back in the habit of casting.
I think I just used to say anonymous.
So you wave your hand and you're like, Anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a and 4 goats. Giant goats, mind you.
Oh, hi, little goats. And I give mine a scratch behind the ear.
How giant?
I mean, they're large creatures. So, I mean, they're appropriate. You'd feel like you'd be okay.
Maybe you
The
need
one-
some help?
Yeah, Nim might need a minute to get up on the one.
Nim is going to take a running start at it, and he's going to try to
Oh.
climb up the side of the goat now that
Okay.
Kenna is belittling him
That
on his
I mean,
ability to get
She
on
was
her
being
goats.
nice.
That's definitely... I actually should remind everybody that everybody has inspiration.
Yes.
Yes.
However, I will say if Nim didn't, I would definitely give it to him for being emotionally crushed and somebody saying that he can't board the goat on his own. But yeah, give me, let's do an athletics check for the jump.
Oh, God.
And if that goes well, we'll figure out how you land.
Oh, that doesn't go terribly. That's 13.
Okay? And dexterity save for the landing.
Oh, that's a little... Oh, no, that's pretty close. 12 for the dex save.
Okay. So Nim kind of scoffs, gives Kenna a look, takes a couple steps back, and gives it a big running start towards the goat. He gets close, he jumps, hits that back foot on the back foot of the goat, right at the knee, lunges up for the top. He almost makes it. But luckily, the goat's a little hairy. So he doesn't quite crest all the way over to land in maybe a more natural position, but he is close enough that he can grab and kind of pull himself up the rest of the way, to which he receives a quick little...
I want to roll... I haven't rolled this ever, I don't think. Maybe once. I'm going to roll animal handling.
Feel free.
Just to see if I can calm the situation. I don't
The
even
beast.
know.
It's not like there was a lot of weight.
Oh god, why am I rolling on there? There's like no chance of that being flat. Oh, wonderful. I get bucked off, apparently.
Now.
That's a 3.
So how do you calm the animal? Like, what are you trying that appears to have not worked so good?
I was just trying to like pat it and be like, "Okay, that's a good go. Good go."
You just like jump out at it immediately.
So as you're kind of like trying to calm it down, you're still kind of pulling your way back up, like all the way on top of it, and it does kind of like crank its head around, and this time gives you a much louder.
I would walk over and start petting the goat
All right.
and just speak to it softly. It's all right, little goat. He didn't mean no harm. He's just a little guy trying to get up on a large little buddy like you.
Does kind of give you a quick. Excuse me. Okay, so you're up on the thing.
Oh boy. See, Kenna? Didn't need your help.
Good job, buddy.
Lazarus looks sadly at his goat. He feels sorry for it.
It's all right. You're not going to hurt it, Lazarus.
It is a giant goat. I mean, it doesn't
Lazarus
at least
feels
look like you're
sorry
going to
for
harm
any
the
match he
creature.
ever has to get onto.
Fair enough. Everybody else should be fine to mount their creature. And I think you'll just all take off at that point, right? You just head north?
Yep.
Okay.
And what were our landmarks?
Sorry?
We just had 3 hours north. We asked for more landmarks, and he just said, just go north for 3 hours.
Yeah, I think he said you'll know it when you get there. So you begin to ride.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'll smell it before you see it.
You'll begin to ride. You're heading in that direction. Things are going well, definitely. And after about an hour and a bit, who's up front?
Usually
Yeah,
I
who's
go
up
up
there?
front.
Well, Ken...
I'm the most perceptive of all of us.
You're the most perceptive, and you have the best survival. So.
And I have the most survival.
Okay, so Kenna's out in front.
Wisdom.
Kenna, I need you to give me a Constitution save.
Right. That's going to be 14.
Okay. Ken is familiar with animals. She's a druid. Poop really doesn't faze her so much. But nonetheless, the wind gives a bit of a change, and it's rough.
Okay, I shout back to everyone, cover your noses! And I druid craft the smell of fresh trees going back in front of my face. Back.
I like that mental image. Kenna riding out front as the wave of druidcraft echoes behind her, saving her comrades from the smell, or at least a little. That being said, I do need con saves from each of you.
Can I prestidigitation, like, as soon as it hits me, can I prestidigitation in my nostrils to make, like, a match smell, like the sulfur?
I think so, like right in front of the nose even, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
sure I've smelled
so
worse.
leave yours then. You don't need one, just the other two.
Do they get advantage because they have druidcraft?
I would say so, yes.
Is it saving throw, sir?
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
How close am I to Lazarus?
How close would everyone be?
As
I'm
close as you
not
feel
in
like
the
riding.
lead. I don't know. 10 feet's not very far.
No.
Would you be...
Well,
You have
whoever's in
advantage.
front and behind Lazarus would essentially
You have
get it.
advantage on your con save.
Yeah, you have
because
advantage
the
anyway,
druidcraft.
Oh, right.
which I think is all you give him anyway, right? Or is it
No.
plus 5?
It's the plus 5.
I would say chances are you're probably close enough.
Right.
So how'd you do?
22.
Okay, Lazarus with the 22.
50.
So I lost so much to Lazarus.
You're both okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad, but you're okay. You're handling it. And yeah, it definitely becomes clear. Like, there's not gonna be any problem finding this place. Your nose is definitely providing a good amount of echolocation, so to speak. And as you continue to ride for the next couple of minutes, you do begin to see on the horizon moving bodies behind fences. And it appears you've arrived.
Moving bodies.
Yeah, quite a few goats. Yeah, as you approach, there's fencing to keep them in. It appears that there's a fairly large area. And initial estimate, there has to be at least 200 goats in there.
Oh my gosh, I think Kenna would run up to the goats and be so excited and start talking to them.
Okay. You approach the goats.
Yeah.
What do you say? They're all just kind of milling around.
Well, hello, everybody.
Several of them kind of like turn. Like give you like that like slow turn.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle y'all.
There's like one more moment of silence. And finally... Bah! Hi.
You sounded a little sheepish right there.
We're goats.
I know, it was interesting because you sound like a sheep, not a goat.
Never you mind.
How's your day going, you guys?
Pretty good.
How's life here on this farm?
Eh.
Eh?
Yeah, just eh.
What would make it better?
More lady goats.
I mean, that's fair. Don't know if I can help you there, though.
Also more food.
More food. What kind of food you guys like? What's your favorite thing to eat?
Food.
So nothing specific. Food.
I think goats eat damn near anything.
Yeah, fair enough. Alrighty. Well, is your guys' owner around?
Kind of like look at you a little bit confused. They don't seem to process
Yeah,
the idea of an owner.
Is the guy who gives you food around?
He's over there.
Okay, go over there.
Yeah, they've kind of indicated off towards a small farmhouse.
Okay. Go to the farmhouse then.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Lazarus.
While Kenna just walks up to goats and starts buying at them.
She's speaking in tongues.
Lazarus sort of like just like half follows
Why
her.
are you
like,
guys surprised by
half
this?
the
You know
distance.
what
That she has to go to the farmhouse.
I
and
assume
half
it
follows
changes
her.
with the
Sure.
animal.
Well, it does. I mean, with squirrels, I like chitter with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, chitter.
These ones are just having like...
I guess you guys have never really actually seen me speak to animals because we haven't really come across any animals other than swaddle nuts.
Lazarus did it with you.
Yeah, you've seen some animals.
Lazarus has to.
See, everybody just got to watch Kenna be like, bah!
And they just walk off.
and then like with clear direction and purpose begin walking in a different direction.
It's very handy talent, guys. You should learn it.
So let me guess, you figured out that they like grass?
I know, I asked where the guy who feeds them is so that we didn't have to waste time milling about this farm looking for him.
Awkward.
So, you all begin approaching the farmhouse. As you get within about 100 feet of the farmhouse, so a fair ways back, you're kind of in the distance. What the hell you want?
Whoa.
Oh, hello there. We don't mean to bother you. We just had a question for you.
I ain't need no solicitors. I already got a guide and my goats. I'm good.
Not here to solicit, sir.
What you want then?
Well, I want some manure.
Well, I mean, it ain't exactly a hard thing to come by.
Well, that's just it. I just want to know what the cost is.
And there's kind of a silence from out there, and then finally, you some kind of pervert?
No?
Alright then, come on in.
Alrighty.
Okay. Everybody's good to head to the house?
Yep, sure.
Okay. As you approach, there's a small patio deck, so to speak, and a rocking chair has been set up in there. And there is a slightly grizzled-looking dwarf sitting upon that chair. He's rocking back and forth ever so slowly. you notice two things as you approach. The first seems to be quite old. Second, doesn't really seem particularly interested in Kenna. It's easy to notice, because Peter was very interested. Like a big neon sign that said hormones. But not so much for Gorbik.
Nim winks at him.
Oh my gosh, a gnome and a dwarf.
Nim gives him a big playful wink, and Gorbik does seem to notice. He just kind of looks down and he goes, "The fuck is your problem?"
He's got an issue.
You got some in your eye?
Oh yes, sir. The shiny thing it caught in my eyes. I'm good.
All right. Now what the hell you want?
Well, I already told you that we came for some manure.
I remember you saying that.
So, I need enough manure for 4 fields on a regular basis.
The hell you need with that much manure?
Fertilizer?
Well, I don't recognize you from around here.
It's because I'm not from around here, sir.
So then you come asking for somebody else.
We're actually here for Peter Harvester.
Oh, that explains it. We finally found somebody to come bootlick to me about my poo. All right then. What offer he tell you to bring me?
30 silver.
30. After he lost his contact outside the wall? 30's a joke. It's at least 70.
I don't know, sir. He was pretty firm on that 30. And I mean, I'm being nice there. He actually said 25.
I bet he did. But that don't change the price. My poo, I can sell it at what I want to. Unless you got some way you think you'd be sweetening the pot.
Well, I mean, is there any way to sweeten the deal for you?
Well, it depends. I ain't know much about you. Who the
Well,
fuck are you?
Do you have... Well, I'm sorry, sir. That was quite rude of us. My name is Kenna.
My name's Nim.
Dresmond Dis.
And Lazarus.
Alright, now we're all real friendly like. You can call me Dirt.
Nice to meet you, Dirt.
No, it's not.
Alrighty then. Do you have any crops around here, or is it just your goats?
Just the goats.
The goats are good.
That's all man needs.
What do you use to feed your goats with?
Anything I can find, really.
Anything you can find.
Sometimes I buy stuff.
Must be hard to, take care of. There's at least, 200 goats here?
225.
Oh, look at that. Missed that last 25. Sorry about that.
It should have been 26, but we lost one last winter.
Oh, that's really sad. Sorry to hear that.
Well, I guess for what counts for winter in here anyway.
Would it? That's a sad point.
Lazarus does not want to think about it.
So you're telling me Peter sent you over here and he said 25?
Absolutely.
Because, I'm on my mind to just say no right now.
Okay.
25 is an insult. Maybe we don't even need to have a negotiation if that's where you think you're starting.
Well, that's why I started at 30, because I also felt that 25 was a little low, especially for somebody who clearly has some fantastic goats. I had a little chat with them earlier.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, yes. That's a 20.
Okay. All right. So he seems what passes for happy with Dirt. But he does kind of get a look in his eye. The hell you mean you talk to him?
Oh, well, I talked to them.
Right.
I can show you if you want.
And you say and they talk back.
I know that can sound a little crazy, but I'm a druid. And yes, I talk to animals.
He kind of shifts his gaze from you to the others. Pretty ones are always so crazy, aren't they?
Are my big goats still here?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to call them over.
Okay.
Be like, see, these goats, they're very big goats, right? Much bigger than your goats.
They appear to be.
What if I told you that they weren't, real goats, but they were fey goats?
Fake goats?
Fey goats.
That's what I said, fake goats.
Something like that.
I'm not sure how you fake a goat.
Well, it's pretty easy, and I just want to take them away.
You pop them, they
Yeah.
immediately. What the hell was that? What'd you do to them goats? You ain't gonna do that to my goats, are you?
Oh,
No,
sir, I can't do
no.
that to your goat. I want to bring them back. If I can.
I think so. You can probably
Okay.
bring them back, yeah.
So bring them back.
It'd just be the other spell slot.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, they're back.
Yeah.
You some kind of witch.
I'm not a witch. I told you I'm a druid. And I'm very close with animals. They're my favorite things in the entire world. And I care very much about their safety and their happiness. So whenever I see them, I just need to talk to them and make sure that they're happy. And your goats are happy, sir. And I thank you for that.
I feel like it's so much for Dirt. He's just like, it's all
Magic.
all over his head at this point. He's just staring at these giant magical goats. Finally, he just kind of seems to... All right. Well, I suppose we could do a deal. But I ain't doing it at 30.
Would you do 35?
We're doing it at 35. I'm gonna need a favor.
What kind of favor?
Favor of the kind you might like. Keep your animals protected. Like
Okay.
you like.
Okay.
Got a lot of goats here.
Yeah.
See them over there, and over there, and over there. You know, it's a big target. Sometimes I get things coming looking eating my goats.
Mm.
Kind of becoming a pain in my ass. So you go take care of them big wolves off that away. I think we could make a deal at 35.
Can you tell me more about these wolves? You said they're big. How big are we talking?
It's, well, they're big. Big like them goats.
Like the size of these goats?
Not quite so tall, but big in the legs.
And how many is there? How many have you seen?
I only seen one or two. I go out chasing them with my fork.
And they run away from your fork?
That's right.
All right.
But I yell real big, too. I can give them a...
I can see how that would scare them. Very intimidating, sir.
I like to think so.
Lazarus has been meaning to need a stretch anyways.
Yeah, you bring me back. You bring me back them wolf pelts. I think we could do a deal at 35.
Do these wolves, do they belong to anybody?
I don't think wolves belong to anybody, really.
I'm just making sure there's not some, like, wolf trainer we're pissing off or something.
Not that I'm aware of.
And how far away do you estimate they are traveling?
He leans up off the rocking chair, and he kind of points off towards the west. And way in the distance, about at the end of your field of vision, you'd guess it's probably about an hour ride or so. There's a kind of an outcropping of trees. Points to that, and he goes, "They usually hide out in there."
All right. Let me just talk to my friends and we'll let you know.
Yeah, you talk to them. They ain't done nothing but look at me funny since they got here.
Lazarus looks at everybody funny.
Holy crap, the big lizard talks.
So does that one.
Fuck is that supposed to mean?
He can read, too.
Whoa! Let's all back off of this for a minute. Oh boy. Moving right along. Okay, so, yeah, you move away from Dirt a little and confer with your party mates.
So he wants us to kill some big wolves.
You okay with that?
Yeah, they're hurting my goats.
But
They
they're gonna
are
be hurting.
still animals.
They don't sound like normal animals.
But don't wolves normally hunt goats, or wouldn't they?
No, they just seem large. Like
So
you
are those
said,
goats.
like they were the size of my goats.
Oh yeah, I guess that is.
That's a little large.
They're like fey goats. They're like fey wolves. wolves.
Exactly. Something like that.
That is bigger than the misfigured ones we encountered as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta put him down.
It
Something like that.
seems-
What time of the day do we get?
Let's see. It's about noon. Actually, no, that's not true. It's about 11.
If we're just in like some dispute or something, we're just going to kill some guy's dogs.
I have nothing.
Well, it's not like we haven't done that before.
I mean, like, that is why Nim asked, I feel like, was definitely part of
Lazarus
that.
was also going to ask it.
What if he's like really deep in this dispute and he's like, got him. These are the people.
It's like, nailed it. So yeah, what would you guys like to do? The plan then to just kind of head for them right away?
Just a heads up, I don't have a lot to help you guys with fighting these wolves, but I can make sure y'all don't die.
That works.
Well, if we get on
That
the
is usually fairly helpful.
new set of goats right now, we should be able to ride there in time to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very well.
I think that sounds fair then. We will go ahead and have you guys hop on the goats, and away you go.
Oh, before we go, I want to tell them that we said yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just kind of like mid-ride, we'll be back!
We're gonna go get those wolves for you, Dirt.
Like he just nods.
Or-
That's all that comment needs.
I said wolves, right? Not goats.
Just hope so.
I'm not gonna say
You said wolves.
Okay, good.
He's just like, what?
Just freaks out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys begin riding off towards the trees. As you approach, it does look like just kind of an outcropping of trees, like a little, probably some sort of just a little forested area, maybe around a slough or other source of water. As you approach, is there a certain, how do you kind of want to approach it?
I don't know about you guys, but I think we would probably dismount a little a ways.
Lazarus probably stays a bit back.
Okay.
in the beginning.
Why don't you, when we get there, how much longer does Kenna have on the goats?
It's just about an hour to get there.
Actually, after having ridden this way,
Yeah.
wearing my armor, what is Lazarus' impression on how much noise this armor makes?
In terms of, it's definitely not as loud as like metal armor would be because you don't get like the high-pitched clang, but there is kind of that dull, like, almost like a wood chime sound because it's wood on wood, right? It does kind of have that like almost
Grating.
hollow grating clink, clack, or not clacketing. Yeah, like if you have a wind chime made out of bones, they kind of have that like hollow
sound.
clunking. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's not perfectly silent, but it's a reduction, at least. Okay.
All right.
How do you want to approach?
So, to Kenna, as soon as we get off to Kenna's animals poof, or can we...
How long do they usually last? About
For
an
an
hour?
hour
Yeah, probably when you get off of them, they'd poof.
before they poof, I'd say thanks for your services.
They just give you the usual fey nod.
Tell Maliki I say hi.
All right. If you've dismounted kind of at the end of the spell, that probably puts you within about 200 feet of the tree line. It's fairly small. It's probably only about 100 feet across. It's just a little outcropping of trees, but, it seems maybe a good place for them to have made a den.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I think I might use invisibility to kind of get the jump on him.
Are we going to fan out and start at one end?
Well, do you think I can cast invisibility on, like, two of us?
That is true, but them being wild animals, they may pick you out regardless.
This is true. So we could just save it and... I can just load up on defensive spells right now and we can just kind of run in.
Lazarus would think they would try to defend this home if this is it.
Do we need to kill them? Kind of, what are your feelings on this?
I feel like we could try and talk. I could try and talk to them, maybe,
Okay.
if possible.
And if they're demonic like the other animals we've run into, then...
I won't be able to talk to them if they're demonic. That's
Then
been
we-
what happens. Right?
Outside, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside's a bit of a you're
we
not
don't know.
really sure.
It's a gamble, yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't talk to them, then there's something wrong with them.
Okay. So we only attack if necessary.
Yeah.
Lazarus can also attempt to if necessary.
I mean, I could even really turn into a wolf and... Oh, but then I can't talk to them.
Yeah,
That's weird.
That's
just doesn't work that way.
man, it'd be so nice if those two...
Synced ever so
Yeah,
slightly better.
Ever so slightly. Yeah, I guess I can go in and just say hello.
Well, let us approach together then.
Yeah.
Okay, so is the general idea then just kind of approach the group of trees as kind of a group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diamond formation.
Lay yourselves out there on the mat in whatever sort of format you want to do here.
Cody. Me too. I'm up there.
How close are you getting at this point?
From the trees?
Yeah, how close to the trees?
40?
30, 40?
30, 40 feet?
30.
Okay. As you approach and get within about that 30, 40 feet range, Kenna, can you do a perception check?
I sure can. That's a 27.
Okay. As you approach, you get within about 40 feet or so, and Kenna, deep from inside the trees, you hear kind of a soft...
Kenna just stares into the trees.
Kenna, momentarily awestruck by the supreme command of the DM's ability to not even remotely sound like a wolf.
Nim nudges Kenna's leg.
What are they saying?
That's what I want to see if I can.
You don't discern any meaning.
Okay, it
Just
could just
a
be a
howl.
warning howl. So I just want to say, in wolf, hello? Is there anyone home? I came here to talk to y'all. Don't mean no harm.
Kenna howls in return. But there's no reply.
Can I investigate the area and look for like how many sets of tracks there are, if they're like different sizes of tracks, just to try to
Absolutely.
understand how many there
Yeah.
could be here?
Do a survival check.
That's 13.
Okay. The tracks in the area are a little strange.
Okay.
As you approach the tree line, it's mostly grassland. And there definitely are footprints. And they're definitely wolf prints. And they're big. I mean, there's no question. These are some big wolves. But what's a little weirder is the movement. Is just a little weird. You see at least 2 sets of tracks approaching the trees. But it's like you'll have the tracks for, 5 feet, and then they're gone.
Oh.
And then you kind of search around a little, and you get another, 10 feet out, and then they're back. And then they're back for about 5 feet, and then they're just gone again. That's right. Don't you metagame. You know nothing of my wolves.
Seeing this, I think Kenna would immediately get suspicious, especially since she has tried to talk to said wolves.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility they could have jumped it, but it's a 10-foot gap every time. That's a
a
pretty
lot.
far jump.
Do
So,
you point this out, or you just...
just wait.
Okay.
So, because we're such a far way back, and I know I've kind of announced myself, but I want to cast Pass Without Trace on us.
Okay.
Phew.
How do you do the pass without trace for me?
I don't think there's anything I say because it's just like a silent thing.
That's true.
It would just be a
I feel like it just
I think
comes
I just
in like
put
a silent wind.
my finger
like
to
a-
my lips and turn around, and it just the shh,
Okay.
and that's my Pass Without Trace.
Okay. And I'm sure the party's
Yeah.
familiar with that by now. You are all now pass without trace.
So I want to, and then I'll point to the crew and just tell them to go back a little bit.
Back away from the trees?
Yeah, back away
Okay.
from the trees. So back up
Okay, so everybody backs up, what, about another 20, 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody kind of takes some slow, measured steps back.
And then I very quietly and stealthily tell them what I've seen.
Okay, roll for that stealth.
29.
Okay, Pass Without Trace doing some work. So you very quietly whisper to them the tracks you've seen.
What does that suggest?
These aren't normal wolves.
Must have some sort of a misty step type thing.
They got something, but it's not normal, and they didn't respond to me, and I couldn't understand what their howl was.
That means we must stay very close-knit.
Yes,
Anyone separated can be consumed and swarmed.
it's true. At this point, I feel like I should move in formation. Probably shouldn't be at the front anymore.
The Lazarus shall take the front again.
Okay. Lazarus moves to the front of the column. Are you guys all doing kind of like the back to back to back to back?
I think so.
Yeah, we should do maybe just a straight diamond formation.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe him in the center, I guess.
Maybe no one in the center?
Well,
Yeah, we
I
can
want
just
to
leave
put
the
people
center.
within my aura,
Yeah, but wouldn't he still be in your aura right there?
I guess. I mean, then he's on the edge, I guess.
Yeah, but he's in it.
Okay. Everybody groups up into a diamond, backs to each other.
I cast Shillelagh on my club.
Okay. Your club begins to glow with the, what were we doing for that? Blue barbed wire?
Blue
I
barbed
believe?
wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some flashy blue barbed wire.
I might do something too.
Okay.
See how long it lasts. I think it lasts longer than
Can I go sanctuary her?
Okay.
I think it's suitable for Lazarus to just tap their forehead for it.
Yeah.
Be like, here you go, little buddy. Okay, so we've got Sanctuary on Kenna.
I pull my weapons.
Okay.
In my head, I go, Meyer, there's about to be some sacrifices.
Okay.
No, I wait until battle for.
And then we start creeping forward, I think.
Okay, so everybody begins creeping forward. You begin moving towards the tree line, just a little bit at a time. Anything you're doing in particular as you approach?
Just looking everywhere.
Okay.
Be watching for like any sort of grass or plant moving, for the most part.
It's trying to be as perceptive as possible.
Or being
Watching the
quiet, so I'm
ground
looking
move.
for movement.
Kim has his head craned up to the trees, looking for like any eyeball movement or anything in the tree, like
Okay.
leaves.
Anything that might be above, so
Yep.
to speak. All right. I think we'll do a group perception check then. We'll see how perceptive everybody is.
To be passive for me.
Me too.
Well, at least your passives are terrible. Or your passives are terrible. I forget about Lazarus.
Lazarus?
13.
Yes.
I think I'm 18.
Okay.
18.
Okay. The group is pretty perceptive. That's good. So as you approach the tree line, you get to within about 5 feet of the trees. And Nim is he's looking up. He thinks he sees some movement up in the tree line. Takes another minute or so. Takes a real good look. But he doesn't see it again. Everybody keeps moving. You get within the trees. It's bare enough that you can move still in diamond formation, but nevertheless it has restricted your movement options. As you keep looking out into the trees, each one of you, after about 30 seconds of moving through the trees, spots 2 large green orbs staring back at you from within the tree shadows. And we'll take a quick break there. Wow, what a cliffhanger! I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.